Hey, what's up? It's Naomi's other son, Caden, and today we're learning how to do, I don't even know what this
A pumpkin parfait.
Pumpkin Parfait, alright.
Alright, and did you like it?
Oh, I loved it. It was amazing. See, I didn't even know what it was because I was too busy eating it. That is really good.
Since it's Halloween, I thought I'd bring some magic. Okay, so we're going to be doing our video in just a minute, so stay tuned. Hello friends, I am really excited to make this with you today. So we're going to get started with our cake. Now what you're going to need for your cake is 1 box of cake mix. If you're not gluten-free, use your favorite cake mix. If you are gluten-free, you need to make sure to remember to get a cake mix that makes a 9 by 13 pan of cake. If you need to use 2 mixes to get there, go ahead. I personally like better batter, but you do you. Use whichever ones you want. Just make sure it makes a 9 by 13 cake. You're also going to need a 29 ounce can of pumpkin. What you're going to do is you're going to take 1 cup of pumpkin out of the can and set it aside for your pumpkin mousse. And the rest of the can we're going to use for the cake. You're going to need about 1 cup or about 225 grams of sugar. You're going to need 3/4 of a cup or about 75 grams of special dark or black cocoa. Now this depends on how dark you want your cake to be. If you want it to be really, really dark, use black cocoa. Otherwise, special dark will work. 1/2 cup or about 125 milliliters of a good neutral vegetable oil, and about 1/2 cup or 125 milliliters of water. So we're just going to get started. We're going to put all those ingredients in a bowl. So you're going to add your cake mix, your cocoa, your sugar to the bowl first, and you are going to mix this up on low speed. Then you're going to take your pumpkin, your oil, and your water, and you're going to add it to the dry mix. And you're going to mix this just until it gets evenly combined. It will be very thick. I don't know if you can see this, but it is really, really thick. Thick but tender. Doesn't want to stay on my spatula. It's about the texture of a thick buttercream. So now you're going to take this very thick cake batter and you're going to put it in a 9 by 13 pan, which I just happen to have right here. Now before you do that, you want to make sure that you really grease this pan well. You do not want this sticking when you unmold it. So we are going to just get out a spatula and we are going to turn all of the cake mix, or more properly, we're going to turn all of the cake batter into the pan. Now I can hear some. You're going to spread it out. Now this is much thicker than a normal cake batter. And that's because we want this to be really, really moist. I am not kidding. It verges right on the edge of a pudding. So when you make your trifle or your parfait, it will not be crusty, crumbly, gross. It'll be just delightful. But because it is so thick, you're going to make sure that you spread it out really evenly. Because however you spread it is however it's going to bake. Now we're going to place it in a 350-degree oven for about 35 to 45 minutes. Okay, so our chocolate cake is just about ready. I'm going to check it. So we're going to let this cool for 10 minutes and then we're going to flip it. So it's been about 10 minutes and the cake is just starting to pull away from the sides of the pan. And now I'm going to get out my nasty pan. Now everybody needs a beat-up pan like this that you don't care what it looks like. It's well seasoned from years of work. Something you can cut on, do whatever you want on. I use this for just about everything. So we're going to take it, and it's still a little bit hot. We are going to put the pan on top of our cake pan, and we're going to flip it. And if I've greased it well, this should come off. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So we're just going to let that cool the rest of the way. It will probably take 45 minutes to an hour. So we'll just let it cool and we'll clean up the cake pan. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to make our pumpkin mousse while we wait. Okay, so for our pumpkin mousse, which is awesome, let me tell you, it's really simple. Actually, you're going to be surprised at how simple it is to make. You are going to use that 1 cup or 225 grams of pumpkin that you pulled out of the big can, 3 cups or 24 ounces of either whipping cream or non-dairy whip topping. I happen to like Rich Whip, but you can do any brand you want as long as it whips up to a full and fluffy frosting in your beater. And a cup or about 225 grams of sugar. Into our pan, we are going to place our pumpkin. Okay, that's on a spatula. But this is our sugar and 1 of our cups of either cream or non-dairy whipping cream. Now we're going to place this on medium heat and we're going to cook it and stir it just until the sugar dissolves. There's no need to overthink this. We just want the sugar to dissolve, the mixture to become smooth, and then we're going to let it cool. I find that this takes less than 5 minutes. For me, it's usually 1 to 3 minutes. It's barely even warm, but all the sugar is dissolved. You're just going to let that cool. And meanwhile, you're going to whip your whipping cream into very firm peaks until it turns really firm. We're talking like almost like butter firm. I'll show you when we get done. going to show you what I mean by really firm. Can you see how firm that is? It is really firm. You need it to be that way so that it doesn't get soupy when you add the pumpkin. Okay, so there's a trick to this. We're going to be folding in the pumpkin into the whipping cream, but we don't want to deflate the whipping cream. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lighten up the pumpkin mixture, and then we're going to take the lightened pumpkin mixture and put it back in the rest of the cream. Now you want to use a big spatula for this. So you're going to take about a third of your whipping cream, and you're going to stir it pretty hard into the pumpkin. You don't need to be gentle here. We're just lightening the whole mixture up. You can see that it's just lightened it up just a bit. And now we're going to fold the rest of this pumpkin mixture into our whipping cream, and it will create the mousse. So we're going to pour the pumpkin mixture into the bowl. And then we're going to very gently fold. We're going to lift and fold. I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like here. A lot of times people make the mistake of either being too rough on their folding or too gentle, and it just collapses the whole thing. You kind of have to work fast but gentle. After a few minutes, you're going to get a nice, light pumpkin mousse. Now, we're going to put it in the fridge until it's time to assemble the parfait. Okay, so our cake has cooled, and now we're going to cut it with a really sharp knife. Okay, you're going to take your glass, and you're going to start with just a very small amount of mousse. As you can see, it's still very firm, which means I did a good job, yay me. Put it in the bottom of your glass, and then you're going to add a little bit of chocolate cake. You can go ahead and crumble it up or leave it in cubes if you wish. Just make sure that you get a good layer. And then another spoonful of parfait. Another spoonful of mousse. And then another layer of cake. And you just keep going till you reach the top. Another layer of mousse. And then of course you can decorate it any way you want. Maybe a little bit extra crumbled up cake or some candy. Some marshmallow ghosties. Or not. But there you go. There you have it. Just a really cute, really easy, really yummy treat for your family. Well, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you have any requests, make sure to put them in the comments section below.
Well, looks like you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think of this new style that we're doing, and also let us know what you think of the food. Was it good? Was it fantastic? Also, we decided to put a couple outtakes together for you. We thought it might be funny, so here they are.
Very firm cakes. The internet says we can get a black cake if we use 4 tablespoons of food edible charcoal powder in our chocolate cake mix. I'm wishing for the one I love. It looks awesome, totally black. To find me. Oh. No. No. Today. We're not doing charcoal. And now you can go and make. No. And I'm going to start this whole thing all over again. It is not one fault. We're just going to make it happy little accident. And whatever you do, wherever you are, don't forget, I love you. Talk to you later.